What are your chances of success if you started an Amazon business selling your own products in 2026? That question is the basis for several conversations I've had with my clients and potential clients this year, and I have to say that while there is no number I can give you specifically, because I know nothing about you, what I can do is break down what it takes in order to create the business the right way, and whether or not you should avoid this business at all costs. I'm going to give you my expert insight into this topic, as I've been selling since 2013 and have worked with thousands of other sellers to help them build their own business since then as well. I have seen the changes and I understand what it actually takes to succeed today, because let's be honest, the Amazon landscape is not what it was in 2017, 2018, or even 2020. Competition is higher, costs are higher, expectations are higher. So the real question isn't, does it work? Because I wouldn't be running this channel if I believed it doesn't work, and it does work for me. The real question is, does it still make sense for you? And by the end of this episode, you're going to have a very clear answer with some deeper insights to help you get clear on whether or not this business is something you'll try to pursue further or run away from it like a burning building. If you have any questions during this video, please make sure to put a comment down below and I'll personally answer it for you. Let's start with reality. Amazon FBA is no longer a throw up any product and make money type of business. Those days are gone. Back then, you could pretty much find a random product on Alibaba, slap a logo on it, put it in some packaging, send it into Amazon and launch it with minimal effort, and start making sales pretty quickly. But that's not today's game. So what's changed in 2026? Well, number one, the competition is much more intense. There are more sellers than ever, and they aren't just novices or beginners anymore. There are experienced brands, product line aggregators who buy up multiple brands to try to improve them, and even foreign manufacturers are selling directly with a better understanding of how to create listings that look somewhat good. Number two, advertising is required. You can't just rely on organic traffic anymore. Amazon PPC is a core part of this business. When I first started, Amazon ads were almost never used because Amazon had just launched their ad platform and it was lightly used by only some sellers. Also, the ads didn't appear at the top of the page, but after the first 3 organic keyword results. There were also far fewer ad placements on a search results page back then as well. But over the years, Amazon has made it almost impossible for a customer to not click on an ad to make a purchase. In 2013, you could have easily seen a product get 90% or more of their sales from their organic search results. In 2026, you are lucky if you get 50% of your sales from non-ad placements. Number 3, margins are tighter. Between shipping fees, tariffs, and ad spend, you need to be smarter about your numbers. You also need to plan all your product costs against your startup budget to make sure you have some wiggle room for marketing once the product is live, and to also reorder products. You can't just launch a product based on it having a 45% profit margin because you have no idea how to know whether or not you can actually afford that product. I do break down all of this on how to know whether or not you can afford a product in another video that I will link to in the show notes below this if you're interested in learning more about that. Number 4, product selection is harder. The low-hanging fruit is mostly gone. But here's the thing. Harder does not mean impossible. It just means the business has matured. And honestly, it's kind of a good thing because it filters out people who aren't serious. So if you are serious about creating an Amazon business on FBA, your commitment will make sure that you don't quit just because you have some difficulties finding a product or because you don't want to do the work. Now, let's break down the cons of selling on Amazon FBA first, because if you're going to get in this business, you need to understand the challenges up front. Con number 1, there are higher startup costs. Gone are the days of launching with $1,500. Realistically, now you're looking at $5,000 to $10,000 to do it properly. That includes inventory, shipping, branding, advertising, software tools, and if you try to cut any corners here, you usually pay for it later. My best suggestion is to use supplemental income that you have from a job to help you build this business over time. Instead of wasting money on material things that you don't really need, you can start saving that money to invest into a business model that can eventually steer you out of the 9-to-5 work life. Just make sure you don't put in money that you can't afford to walk away from if everything doesn't work out, because in the end, there is no guarantee that you'll create a profitable business, and there are risks and pitfalls in any business. Con number 2, Amazon fees. Amazon takes a cut, multiple cuts. You've got referral fees, FBA fulfillment fees, storage fees, and these fees can eat into your margins if you aren't watching them and putting them into your product research up front. So make sure you have some kind of spreadsheet that helps you with this analysis. I created one that you can use called the Launchalyzer that you can check out by clicking on the free bonuses link in the notes below this video so you don't have to start from scratch. Con number 3 is dependence on Amazon. This is a big one for a lot of people because you don't own the platform, which means your listing can get suspended, your account can get flagged, and rules can change overnight. And yes, it happens, but there aren't usually unruly or unreasonable rules that you have to abide by. A big one that caught sellers off guard recently is when Amazon started requiring any seller that achieved $10,000 in sales in a 30-day period to get product liability insurance in order to maintain compliance with their platform. This was a wrinkle that really nobody saw coming ahead of time, but in reality, we all should have because that is just a good business practice to have anyway. Con number 4, product research is harder. You actually have to think now. You need to analyze data, you need to look at trends, you might even need to differentiate your product. The copy and paste model doesn't really work anymore. But like I said, there is gold out there in the market, and I've released videos about how to find the best products for your situation on my channel before, and I will link to a couple of those videos in the resources below. Con number 5 is what I call the PPC learning curve, because advertising on Amazon is powerful, but it's also kind of complex. If you don't understand keywords, bidding strategies, budgeting, conversion rates, you can burn money fast. And without any understanding of how ads on Amazon work, you'll never achieve the sales or profit goals you set for yourself. Fortunately, I created an ads video called The 3 Most Powerful Amazon Ad Strategies that will help you get over much of the mystique about sponsored ads. That video again is also linked in the resources below. Now let's flip the script, because despite all of that, there are still some massive advantages to this business model. Pro number 1, there's a lower barrier to entry compared to other businesses. Let's put things in perspective. Are you trying to start a restaurant? Well, that's usually $100,000 or more. A restaurant franchise can easily exceed $500,000 or $1 million in just the initial investment. A brick and mortar store, likely going to need at least $50,000 or more, plus you have ongoing costs of utilities and probably payroll for employees. Flipping houses? Well, that's going to require tens of thousands of dollars, time to restore, list, and sell the houses for potentially less money in yearly income than you'd get working a job at the DMV. But Amazon? You can realistically start with $5,000 to $10,000, and that's still one of the lowest barriers to entry for a scalable business. You don't need employees, a physical storefront, or even a warehouse. Amazon handles all of that. Pro number 2 is you can run this business from anywhere. This is one of the most underrated benefits of this business. All you need is a computer and an internet connection. That's it. And you can work from home, travel, and live anywhere because you're not tied to a location. And in today's world, remote income does equal freedom. Also, if you've ever felt like now is a great time to have the freedom to live in a different place in the world, then Amazon FBA might just be a great way for you to achieve that goal. Pro number 3, it makes money while you sleep. This is one of the core principles of why people get into this. You're no longer trading hours for dollars. Once your product is live and ranking, the sales can come in 24/7. Amazon handles fulfillment, and customers get their orders automatically. You wake up and you've made money. That's not hype. That's how the system is built. Warren Buffett's famous quote says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. The Amazon FBA business isn't exactly passive income because you still have to work at it, but you don't have to be working all the time to make the money. In reality, I spend less than 8 hours a week on my Amazon business. Pro number 4, massive built-in traffic. Amazon is one of the largest marketplaces in the world. Millions of people are already searching for products every single day. You don't have to build a website from scratch, drive traffic from zero, or convince people to trust your site because Amazon already has the traffic and the trust, also the infrastructure. You're just plugging into an existing ecosystem and competing with other sellers in the place where the most shoppers are already shopping. Pro number 5, there is still opportunity. This is the big one. Yes, products are harder to find, but harder doesn't mean gone. There is still gold out there. The difference is you have to dig deeper, think smarter, and look for gaps in the market. Opportunities now come from finding products that aren't overly competitive, but still offer good sales volume. Better marketing messaging and images, aka better branding, and solving real customer problems with potentially doing some product innovation. The easy wins are gone, but the smart wins are still everywhere. And once you start to find your way around product research, you'll start to see what might work in a certain niche that the rest of your competitors are just not figuring out. Maybe it's as simple as having a better main image or making sure you're at a better price point. I created a video called the 6 Keys to Outshining Your Competition on Amazon FBA that you can check out to learn more about these tactics. So here's my take on Amazon FBA. Yes, Amazon FBA is still worth it in 2026, but you do have to approach it in the right way. And here's why I personally still believe in it. Number 1, it's still one of the most accessible businesses. For roughly $5,000 to $10,000, you can build something that generates real revenue, scales over time, and has exit potential. And that's very powerful because that means there's no cap on how much money you can actually make once you sell the business. Number 2, it also gives you location freedom because you're not stuck in an office, not tied to a job, you don't have a specific schedule, you control your own time. And that's something most people never achieve. Number 3, it breaks the time for money cycle. And again, this is huge because most people work hours to get paid. And basically once they stop working, their income stops. With Amazon, you build it, you start optimize it, you let the system run, and essentially you start making money. And that's how you start buying back your time. Number 4, opportunity still exists if you're willing to work for it. This is where most people fail because they want easy products, fast results, and minimal effort. But the people who win today are the ones who do better research, build better products, think long term. So basically, if you're willing to dig, you will find opportunities. So let's wrap this up. Is Amazon FBA dead? No. Is it harder? Yes. Is it still worth it? Absolutely, for the right person. If you're looking for a real business, remote income, scalable growth, and a long-term freedom, Amazon FBA is still one of the best options out there. But if you're looking for quick money, easy wins, zero effort, get a job that pays you to watch TV, because Amazon FBA is not really any of those things. If you got value from this episode, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway or any questions you have. If you want some great resources to help you start your Amazon business right now, make sure to check out the resources section under this video to get some free bonuses. See you in the next video, and remember, you're always one great product away from changing your life.